Welcome to our channel. Almost everyone has a camera in their phone nowadays, and it's great because it allows us to take pictures or shoot videos of interesting things we get to witness. That's why we now have so many videos of incredible animal encounters. So, let's see what we got for you today. An incredible incident got caught on a surveillance camera of a private house in Florida. A raccoon was hunting a lizard that was swimming at the bottom of the pool. Having noticed the lizard, the raccoon started to follow it. It seemed that the lizard didn't know that it was being watched, and thus it resurfaced for a breath of air right under the raccoon's nose, who immediately grabbed the prey. The lizard was quite large, but the raccoon dragged it to a secluded place rather deftly. A pack of hunting dogs managed to drive the cougar under the bridge, but the dogs aren't as flexible and can't jump as high or go as far as this predator. Thus, the cougar jumped under the bridge and stretched out between the beams. There was no way for the dogs to reach it, so all that remained for them to do was bark in unison. Someone decided to steal a children's car and plant it on their head. Imagine their surprise when the relatives didn't share the joy, and even more so, rushed to get away from the monster with the cart on its head. And no matter how hard it tried to catch up with them, they continued to run away. The eagle was about to grab the fish, but it suddenly ended up being the one who was grabbed. I don't know who this pelican thought it was, but it quickly realized that the prey was too tough and released the feathered predator. This brave guard is simply precious. Seeing the bear, the dog furiously rushed to defend its territory. And despite the obvious superiority, the bear chose not to mess with the dog. Even when the predator started retreating, the dog still jumped up to it and bit it on the back. The owners of this dog might not need to worry for their property. Would you like to have someone so good at turning off the lights? That's very convenient, especially when the lamp doesn't have a remote control. We all have these moments when we get in bed and realize that we forgot to turn off the lights. Wouldn't it be nice to just ask your pet to do it instead of having to get up? I'm sure you all know that cuckoos put their eggs in other birds' nests. Imagine the surprise of their bird parents when they hatched a chick several times their size, and imagine trying to feed it. But the feathered parents still tried their best. Unfortunately, in order to eliminate its competitors, such a large chick often kills the other chicks in the nest. That's very ungrateful and unfair. There are many videos of such traveling raccoons on the internet. Do you think these raccoons were hitchhiking? In fact, raccoons have long been known to rummage through trash cans for food, and that's how they often end up in garbage trucks. And since they are afraid to jump off on the go, they end up having to take the truck to its final destination. Just watch how this Labrador rescued a deer that fell into the river. It would have most likely drowned if it weren't for the brave dog. It gently carried the foal to the shore. Now it's important to find its mother. That's an impressive fight. The most interesting thing is that both predators are of the same color. If the anaconda had been a little larger, perhaps the jaguar would not have been able to win. But since the snake was small, it ended up being easy prey for the predatory cat. This mustachioed paratrooper definitely didn't expect a turn of events. I hope that it wasn't too high up and that everything was fine with the brave jumper. A friend in need is a friend indeed. And here's some proof. A friend came to the aid of the gecko, which was encircled by the snake. I think that together, they have a great chance of remaining safe and sound. But this poor fellow had to get out of trouble on its own. The tree snake probably loosened its grip at some point, or maybe the gecko gathered all its strength for one final effort and managed to escape. The snake tried to chase after the fugitive, but then it apparently realized that it couldn't succeed and chose to retreat. It was a fortunate day for the gecko. It looks like these animals know when to come over. After Halloween, Americans are in for an invasion of deer who come to eat the pumpkins. But deers aren't the only one who do it. Sometimes, even ferocious predators, such as bears and wolves, often come by for a snack. I probably wouldn't dare leave pumpkins in the yard, knowing that they would attract such guests. It turns out that hippos also enjoy this delicacy, but they don't come over for it, thank God. That's one loving cow. However, this dog didn't seem to appreciate the cow's affection and vilely bit the cow on the tongue. It's a shame. The hawk attacked the duck. The geese that were nearby reacted to its cries and came to its aid. The geese managed to drive away the feathered predator, but unfortunately, the duck ended up being seriously injured in the attack and couldn't get up afterwards. Being so close to a whale is simply amazing, but I would probably be scared out of my mind. The whale, however, seemed to be friendly. It affably splashed its tail on the water, as if greeting the kayakers. It seemed that this poor fellow really wanted to slide on the fresh snow, but no one wanted to keep it company. So the dog decided to have fun on its own, and it didn't seem to care that it was already after dark. Another lifesaver. The dog rushed to the aid of a kangaroo swimming across the river. However, it almost became the victim instead, as the kangaroo began to actively resist the hasty help. The rescuer had to be rescued after such resistance. A bear suddenly came into the house. A couple of small dogs immediately rushed at it, and if it weren't for the owner, who desperately tried to chase off the predator and literally pulled the dogs out of the bear's paws, they would have probably had a hard time getting away. The brave owner didn't lose his composure and rushed at the bear to save his little friends. And then he also blocked the way with the bench. It's just beautiful. The sea, the sun, the palm trees, the sand. Watching these shots, you can't help but imagine yourself in the place of this happy dog. But then you realize that you're at home, sitting on the couch, and there's no palm trees or sea outside your window, and it just makes you sad. A family of ferrets were trying to cross the road. The roadway was quite wide, and the little ferret simply refused to go in the right direction, scattering all over the road instead, while the mother ferret anxiously tried to gather them all in one place. That's all for today. Thanks for watching till the end. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel.